السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله ثم الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى أهله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. Alhamdulillah, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us another opportunity to be here tonight. We ask him to beseech his blessing on the noblest of mankind, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is also his companions and the generality of Muslims till the day of reckoning. Ameen. Now, alhamdulillah, we are here again with our free Nahw and Sarfu class. So today we have Nahw Class 105, and inshallah we are going to be treating خبر النواسخ حين يكون جملة أو شبه جملة. What are we talking about? Khabar of Annulers, when they are sentences or phrases. Nawasikh, when they are khabar, when they are sentences or phrases. So a quick revision: what are the Annulers? So Annulers are governing agents. They are governing agents that affect the state of declension of both the mubtada'u and the khabar. So they are agents that affect both the mubtada and the khabar in the sentence. And what are they? They are one. They are kana wa akhawatuha, kana and its sisters. Inna wa akhawatuha, inna and its sisters. Then dhanna wa akhawatuha, and then dhanna wa akhawatuha also. So for this topic, we will only discuss about kana wa akhawatuha, then inna wa akhawatuha, inshallah. So let's proceed. So also it has been discussed in previous class that khabar generally, khabar of this is meant to be like khabar of mubtada, like it was discussed in previous class that khabar of mubtada can be single nouns, just one word. Let's say Zaidun tajirun, Zaid is a trader. Or the khabar of that mubtada can be plural also, or can be sentence or phrases. Say Zaidun yata'allam, Zaid is learning, so it's a sentence in that case. Or Zaidun fil masjidi, Zaid is in the mosque. In that context also, the khabar is a phrase. So in this particular, when we are talking about nawasikh, this Annulers also, this governing agent, the khabar can be single nouns also. They can be single nouns. Either that particular noun that is single is actually singular or plural, like single nouns. It can be that single noun is singular in its sense or plural. So let's say I have kana Zaidun taliban. Kana Zaidun taliban. Zaid was a student. You can see just the khabar there is taliban, just one word is single and it's singular. Or we can have kana Zaiduna tulaban. The Zaids are students. You can see tulaban is a single noun also, despite the fact that it is plural. So what we are now going to, our focus for today's class is when the khabar are now sentences. When the khabar are now sentences. So that is our focus. When the khabar are now sentences, I hope you get, when they are now sentences or phrases. Now, so example in the diagram below will illustrate what we are talking about. Now, so you see, we have an-nawasikh, like we said before, the Annulers, the governing agent. They are kana wa akhawatuha, inna wa akhawatuha, then zanna wa akhawatuha. Now, so this is the color coding. So we have the classification is in black, the nasikh, the governing agent, is in green, the ismu is in blue, and then the khabar is in red. So before we proceed again, just like recap or revision. So kana wa akhawatuha, ismu kana is in raf'un state, khabaru kana is in nasbu state. Abina, like kana Zaidun taliban. You can see the ismu kana is in raf'un, the khabaru kana is in nasbu. Jayyid. So for inna wa akhawatuha, inna and its sisters, the ismu inna and their sisters are in nasbu states. While their Khabar is in Rafun state, like Inna Zaidan alimun. Verily Zaid is an alim, is a knowledgeable person. Abi? Aha. So let's now, with that, I think we can now proceed with what we have here. So first example here we have Asbaha Zaidun yabki. Asbaha Zaidun yabki. Zaid was crying in the morning. Asbah means it happened in the morning. Asbaha Zaidun yabki. So Asbah is part of kana wa akhawatuha, and it is expected that the ismu asbaha should be nasbu, should be rafa'u, and then the khabaru asbaha should be in nasbu state. So the ismu asbaha here is what is Zaidun, while the khabar is a jumla fi'liya. We are talking about when the khabar of this nawasik, the governing agent, when they are either sentence or they are phrases. So in this context, what is the khabar here? It is a sentence, jumla fi'liya. So yabki, he is crying, like he is crying, you can see. So in this context also, this particular khabar will be said to be in nasbu state for the asbah. Admin we have to do the right, to be wal jumla al fi'liya fi mahalli nasbi khabar asbah is in the state of nasbu, representing the khabar of asbah. I hope you get. Is in the state of nasbu, representing the khabar of asbah. I hope you get. So this is the khabar. Another example we have kana Zaidun yal'abu fil maydani. Zaid was playing in the garden. And this kana, this is kana also. What's the khabar here? So this is the ismu kana. What about the khabar? The khabar is the whole sentence in red. He is playing in the garden. What kind of sentence is this, or what kind of khabar is this? Please note, we are talking about khabar, so you have to think when you see the khabar, what kind of khabar is it? Is it a single word? Is it jumla, or is it shibu jumla? What kind is it? So this context, it is a jumla fi'liya, because it is starting with a fi'l. So yalabu fil maydani, he is playing in the garden. He's playing in the garden. So this jumla, this khabar, in the khabar kana in this context, is a jumla fi'liya. I hope you get. And this whole sentence is fi mahalli nasbi khabar kana, is in the state of nasbu state, in the state of nasbu, representing the khabar of kana. I hope I'm making sense. Now, so continuing, we have inna Zaidan yabki. Verily Zaid is crying. Verily Zaid is crying. What's the ismu inna? Ismu inna is Zaidan, is in nasbu state. What about the khabaru inna? Khabaru inna in this context is a jumla to fi'liya, and it is what? It is yabki. I hope you get. And yabki will be said to be fi mahalli ismi khabar inna, is in the state of fi mahalli raf'i khabar inna, is in the state of raf'un, representing the khabar inna. I hope I'm making sense. Now, so we have la'alla Zaidan fil maydani. Perhaps Zaid is in the garden, or it is hoped. So la'alla and later. So this is hope, this is wish. So it is wished that Zaid or it is hoped that Zaid is in the garden. So let's not take much time. So where's our ism? This is ismu la'alla, because it is part of inna wa akhawatuha. So the ismu la'alla is taking nasbu. What about the khabar la'alla? The khabar la'alla is a shibu jumla, a phrase, fil maydani, in the garden or in the field. You can see. So this whole expression is the khabar la'alla, and is a jumla, is a shibu jumla. Proceeding, we have azunnu anna Zaidan fil bayti. Actually, this is zanna wa akhawatuha. We are not taking it now, but let's just see. So this is the ismu, and this is khabar. The khabar in this context is a shibu jumla also. You can see, because it is a phrase, fil bayti. This is the khabar. Moving on, we have bata Zaidun fil bayti. Zaid spent the night in the house. This is part of kana wa akhawatuha, and this is the ism bata, which is Zaid. What about the khabar bata? The khabar bata is a shibu jumla, which is fil baiti, is a phrase. Fil baiti. I hope you get fil baiti, in the house. That is the khabar bata, and is meant to be, the khabar of kana wa akhawatuha is in nasbu state. So we can say this whole expression fi mahalli nasbi khabari bata is in the state of nasbu, representing the khabar of bata. I hope you get. Now, so moving on. Laysa thamaru fawqa shajarati. Laysa thamaru fawqa shajarati. The fruit is not on the tree. The fruit is not on the tree. So this is laysa, is part of kana wa akhawatuha also. So where is the ismu laysa? Ismu laysa is thamaru. Jayyid is in taking rafun as expected. What about the khabar of laysa? The khabar of laysa is a shibu jumla, and it is zarf in this context. Shibu jumla means phrase, and it is zarf, like adverb. I hope you get. It is an adverb, so it is only fawqa, not fawqa shajarati, because this is zarf. When the khabar is zarf, it is only the zarf, not with the mudaf ilay coming after it. I hope you get. So this is khabaru laysa fawqa, khabaru laysa. Lastly, we have layta al-mauta tahta aqdamina. Layta al-mauta tahta aqdamina. How it is wished that death is under our feet, meaning like we have power over it, but it's not possible. That's what layta is used for. It's not possible. So layta al-mauta tahta aqdamina. How it is wished that death is under our feet. So this is later. It is part of inna wa akhawatuha, and it's expected that the ism should be in nasbu state. Jayyid. This is mauta. Okay. What about the khabar? Khabar later is shibu jumla, like a phrase, because it is incomplete. Tahta, under. Aha. So in this context, the khabar later is tahta alone, because it is zarf. I'm repeating it. People do make mistake of saying tahta kidam, like the whole zarf and mudaf ilayhi. No, it is only the zarf that is the khabar. I hope you get. So that is that. So recap of what we were talking about today is that nawasik, these annulers, like these people here, kana wa akhawatuha, inna wa akhawatuha, zanna wa akhawatuha, like their khabar are usually, or maybe the one we know before, can be single nouns, just one word, single word will be the khabar. But they can also come as, the khabar can also come as either a sentence, meaning jumla ismiya or jumla fi'liya, or it should be a shibu jumla, meaning it should be phrase, imma jarun wa majrurun, like fil baiti, fil maidani, that's jara majrur, or it should be a zarf, like fawqa, tahta. I hope you get. So it can come like that also. So this is where we are going to end today's class, inshallah. So the next class we are going to be looking at the textbook itself. Let's see what was written there, inshallah. So please still follow along. Subhanakallah wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.